The fastest thing a human being has ever built travels at roughly 2,200 miles per hour. It took billions of dollars and decades of engineering to make that possible. Nature did it for free, with an ant. And that's not even the most insane speed record on this list. Because before we're done, you're going to find out that the most terrifying sprinter on Earth isn't a lion, isn't a falcon, isn't anything you've ever thought to be afraid of. It's something you've probably walked past without a second thought. Let's go. Everyone knows the peregrine falcon is fast. What nobody tells you is just how absurdly, almost offensively fast it actually is. When a peregrine falcon locks onto its prey from above, it doesn't just fly toward it. It folds its feet against its body, presses its wings into a perfect teardrop shape, and drops. And the speed it hits in that dive shouldn't be physically possible for a living thing. 240 miles per hour. That's faster than a Formula One car at full throttle. Faster than most military aircraft in level flight. And it's doing this with feathers and hollow bones. But here's the part that really breaks your brain. At that speed, the air pressure alone would rupture most animals' lungs. The falcon doesn't care. It has small, bony structures inside its nostrils that slow the airflow so it can breathe normally at 240 miles per hour while scanning for a bird the size of a sparrow to snatch out of the sky. It doesn't miss very often either. And the truly humbling part, the falcon didn't train for this. It didn't evolve over a few thousand years. Scientists estimate this hunting mechanism has been refined over tens of millions of years of trial and error. Every single design flaw eliminated. Every inefficiency removed. What's left is something so perfectly engineered that human aviation engineers have literally studied falcon anatomy to improve aircraft design. The fastest thing alive isn't a machine. It never was. Everyone pictures the cheetah as the ultimate predator, the apex of land speed, nature's sports car. The reality is a lot more complicated, and honestly a lot more interesting. Yes, the cheetah hits 75 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, faster than a Lamborghini. But it can only hold that speed for about 30 seconds before its body temperature rises so dangerously high it has to stop or risk brain damage. 30 seconds. That's it. Which means every single hunt is essentially a 30-second gamble. If the cheetah doesn't catch its prey in that window, it loses. And then it has to lie down and cool off for up to half an hour before it can even consider trying again. But here's where it gets strange. After a successful hunt, the cheetah is so exhausted and overheated that it can't eat immediately. It has to rest first. And while it's resting, other predators, lions, hyenas, vultures, regularly steal the kill right from underneath it. The fastest land animal on Earth is regularly robbed of its own food because it's too tired to fight back. Nature's perfect sprinter is also nature's most spectacular burnout. And yet, for 30 seconds, nothing on land comes close. Not even close. Because the second fastest land animal, the pronghorn antelope, tops out around 55 miles per hour. And that's still faster than any other predator on the planet. The cheetah exists in a category completely alone, even if it can only stay there for half a minute. So we've covered the fastest in the sky and the fastest on land. But the ocean has its own speed record holder. And the way scientists figured out exactly how fast it is might be the most unexpected part of this entire video. Nobody set out to clock the black marlin's top speed in a laboratory. There was no controlled experiment, no high-speed camera, and it nearly destroyed his equipment. The black marlin has been recorded stripping fishing line off a reel at such force and speed that it snapped rigging, bent metal components, and in some documented cases completely destroyed the fishing setup before anyone could react. When scientists analyzed the rate at which the line was being pulled, they calculated the fish was moving at over 80 miles per hour. 80 miles per hour. Underwater. For context, that's faster than the legal speed limit on most highways. This fish, in its natural environment, can outrun your car in rush hour traffic. The black marlin can do this because of a biological design so refined it makes naval engineers jealous. Its bill is perfectly shaped to slice through water with minimal resistance. Its pectoral fins lock rigid at speed, functioning like wings rather than paddles. Its entire body operates as a single propulsion system. And it doesn't do this for fun. It does this to hunt. Which means somewhere in the ocean right now, something is trying to outswim a missile. It's not winning. We've saved the strangest ones for last. Because these three don't just impress you. They genuinely make you question how you've been thinking about speed your entire life. First, the horsefly. That annoying, common horsefly that lands on your arm on a summer afternoon, the one you wave away without thinking. Under controlled scientific conditions, it's been clocked at 90 miles per hour in flight. 90 miles per hour. That is faster than the cheetah can run. The insect you dismiss as a nuisance is, in terms of raw speed, more impressive than the fastest land animal on Earth. Second, a tiny mite found in Southern California called Paratarsotomus macropalpus. It's smaller than a sesame seed. It moves at less than 1 mile per hour, completely unimpressive. Until you measure its speed relative to its body length, it covers 322 body lengths every single second. For context, if a human being moved at the same relative speed, we'd be traveling at 1,300 miles per hour. Faster than a fighter jet. Faster than the speed of sound. The slowest-looking creature on this list is, by any fair measure, the most extraordinary. And third, the Dracula ant. A tiny ant with a name that sounds made up. Its jaw can snap shut at 200 miles per hour. That's not a typo. 200 miles per hour. Confirmed by peer-reviewed research published in the Royal Society Journal. Scientists needed cameras capable of recording 480,000 frames per second just to see it happen. The strike is so fast that you could fit 5,000 of them into the time it takes you to blink. The fastest movement ever recorded in the history of biology. In an ant. That most people have never heard of. Here's what this actually means when you step back and look at it. Speed isn't just a number, it's a solution. Every animal on this list evolved its speed to solve a specific problem. Find food, escape death, survive one more day. And the solutions nature came up with are so refined, so precise, so far beyond anything we've engineered deliberately that scientists are still using them as blueprints. Falcon nostrils inspired aircraft design. Marlin bills informed submarine engineering. The Dracula ant's jaw mechanism is being studied for application in microrobotics. We spent billions of dollars and decades of engineering to build things that are still slower than a bird, outmaneuvered by a fish, and embarrassed by an ant. The natural world has been lapping us for millions of years, and it didn't need a single patent to do it.